Marielle, what a beautiful wedding dress.
There's your Santa bag right there. It's all your surprises.
That's the video camera.
Yeah.
That's the red light.
Oh, you see the red light on?
Oh, Marty, you look handsome. You've got the hat with the fly. You've got a vest. Let's get the hat. Oh, my. Say bingo hopper.
Oh, there's Misty. Hi, Miss. Who's this? Fine, handsome young man. With a furry face.
Lovely. This is a family resemblance.
Yes, yes. Can I start it?
That's great and lonely. Just get the function and drink and stay tomorrow. I love you. But it's only a day away.
Great, you guys.
Happy
Hi, Marielle. What you got there? Gabrielle. Hi, Gabrielle.
After Daddy films it, you can come watch yourself. After Daddy films it, you can come watch yourself on the little camera and see yourself.
I rode from there to there.
You're kidding.
No,
Is it the first time you've ever ridden a bike?
yeah, I rode it yesterday.
What does this really look like on the inside? Look at Haley Rose. She's doing strong neck. She's doing strong neck. Hi.
This is a medium-sized muscle. This is a small muscle. This is a small muscle.
Good, Jeff.
I'm Marielle, and I'm 31 years old, and I just finished my PhD in December and started as a research scientist at Casimir in January.
And I'm Tristan. I'm 36 years old. I am the board's program manager of the Puget Sound Partnership in Tacoma. I did shampoo and conditioner this morning.
Oh.
For the next 2 days I'll do nothing, just rinsing.
Oh, because you're not doing one after the other anymore?
Yeah.
Well, I think we were on the Burt Gilman Trail. That's what we remember. It was one of our first times anyway.
Yeah.
And meeting them for a little walk on the Burt Gilman, and I think we were genuinely impressed with their relationship, the way that they interacted with each other.
Yeah.
They seemed to have a lot of concern for each other, and it was very sweet to watch them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we were a little nervous because, I want the best for Tristan, so it was like, who is this gal? And, but pretty instantly thought she was pretty cool and easy to be with and engaged and kind and all the great things that we've come to realize about her.
So I will be honest and say that I don't actually remember the first time I met Marielle, but there's a good reason for that. She has always felt like family since I first met her, and I know it was either at a holiday event or during the summer that I met her, and she and Tristan were just great together, and they both just felt like the family just all together. So that's the impression I got from her, is what really struck me about the first time I met her.
So we first met Marielle in July of 2016. We had come out for a week or two in the summer. I don't remember what the occasion was. Weddings. Maybe it was weddings. Maybe, my friend's wedding. That's right. And yeah, we were most excited about meeting Tristan's girlfriend, who we had heard really good things about in a pretty short period of time. So I think we ended up on, I don't remember the exact moment we met her, but it was probably in their now shared apartment.
I remember cooking, and we like made these like a lot of snacks, and then went upstairs and watched the Blue Angels.
That's right. Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing was like just seeing how happy Tristan was, like just how at ease, and I don't know, just
He was really comfortable.
Yeah.
We know Tristan. We know his mannerisms, his who he is, and he was exactly who he is, and that says a lot about how Marielle made him feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just she made us all feel comfortable.
She just
like
felt
we
like
knew her.
family
Yeah,
when we met her.
immediately. Yeah, like we'd known her for a long time.
I think Tristan called and asked Dooney and David if Marielle could come for Passover. None of us had met Marielle yet, and they had just started dating, and that's a big, that was a big deal. You know, that Tristan was comfortable enough with her that he wanted her to come to the big family event. But I didn't want to meet Marielle for the very first time in this large group setting. And so we made arrangements to go down to Tallulah's, which is a restaurant right by where they live, and have a drink. And then we would all come over here together for Passover. And so we met down there, and they walked in and I was already there. And it was so easy from second one of meeting Marielle. She is lovely, she's delightful. It was so easy to talk to her, and we had a really, really good time, and I felt like it just fit.
The first time I met Tristan was for a dinner that we had here over Christmas break. I believe that was 2 years ago. And as I recall, he's just, he was very friendly. The family was already in love with this guy. Everybody held him in such high regard. I couldn't wait to meet him. And I think the first thing I did was give him a hug, which is not easy to do with Tristan because he's such a tall man. But we went right in for it. He's a very amiable guy, and I was just blown away by how down to earth and open and welcoming he was. He's a very inclusive guy. He'll bring you into a conversation if you don't know what they're talking about or whatever. Just all around really nice, friendly, charming guy. So. Immediately knew that he was right for Marielle, and I could tell how happy she was to finally found him. So it was a very good first impression with Tristan.
Well, I just remember feeling very at ease when he came to our house. He was, of course, very tall, and we were expecting that, but he wasn't this imposing figure. He was just very engaging, and he had a sense of humor, and he had really kind eyes. I liked him right away.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but he just makes you immediately feel at ease, and he's really a wonderful person, and everyone feels that way when they first meet him. It was a real pleasure. I was so excited for Marielle that she'd found somebody so wonderful.
Yes. It was in my house in San Diego, and we just hit it off right away. And he told me I was the funniest grandma he ever met. If that's good or bad, I don't know.
I was coming home to Marielle and I's apartment at the time in Queen Anne, and Marielle and Tristan happened to be there. I didn't know they were going to be there. And I was just running in to pick something up, but I introduced myself to Tristan, and he was just super easygoing and friendly. And every time, this was the first time I was meeting him, and I'm always worried about meeting Marielle's boyfriends for the first time because I'm like, ooh, am I gonna like them? But, you know, we hit it off right away, and I could tell Marielle and him were hitting it off. And yeah, we talked for like an hour and a half or so. And I left the conversation just feeling like, oh man, I hope he likes me, rather than being like, oh, do I like him? Because it was just so clear to me right away that I liked him a lot.
This is our new video camera.
Oh, Ricky!
Oh, that's pretty, Steph.
Hi. Where are we in?
We're in Mendocino.
Oh. Poppy,
What?
when's Mom gonna come out?
I don't know. Why don't you go tell her I have the camera?
Okay.
Very nice job, you guys. Nice play about dinosaurs.
Let me do a nerve out. Let me do a nerve out.
Wait, Marielle, hi.
What? Hi.
I'm filming.
Oh.
What ride did we just go on?
We just went on the sky ride.
No, what before?
Oh, Space Mountain.
What'd you think?
Well, it was a little too fast.
It was a little too fast?
Yes.
And it wasn't scary?
A little scary, not that scary.
Not that scary?
Well, it was a lot scarier than I thought it was.
Oh, did you like it?
Yes.
Oh,
You look good with that hat.
thanks.
Tristan is kind, and that's the adjective I've used to describe him ever since he was a little boy. He is one of the kindest people that I know. He's also very smart. And when he was little, I would have called him Ernest. He's still Ernest, but he also, I would say that the third adjective that I would use for Tristan is complete. It's more than one word. But he's just an amazing brother and son and family member.
Oh, I think he's authentic, kind, and positive.
I have to say tall, but that's kind of boring. He's very earnest. He is also engaged, and what I mean by that is he pays attention to you when you speak with him. He's not otherwise distracted.
He's very proactive in trying to make a difference, and I can tell that he's a really genuine guy, that he really cares.
So Tristan is kind, very kind. He's super funny, and we laugh the same things, and we get the same things, and he's engaged. Whether it's talking to his grandfather, my dad, about some very technical thing that he may or may not understand, or whether it's just goofing about and laughing about something, or whether it's some deep emotional conversation, he's very present and he's very engaged.
I would describe Tristan as a gentle giant, and he's very intuitive and just kind and caring together, just very special.
Tristan's also a very friendly guy. He's very inclusive. He loves to meet new people. You know, I recently went to his bachelor party, and I didn't know anybody there. I was the new guy, and he was very quick to introduce me to everybody, fill me in on the inside jokes, and he's that way.
First time I met him, I thought he was very tall, and he's very gentle, and I thought he was very funny.
There are all sorts, but I'll pick the three that come to mind. One of them is caring. That's probably the first one that comes to mind. He is just probably the most compassionate person that I know, and he is caring towards everybody and everything. People, animals, nature. He is friendly, which also goes along with caring, but it's more than that. He really makes an effort to interact with everybody and to be just the best person that he can be. And people realize that and recognize it. And the third, there are a lot of competing ones for the third. Let's see. I think and these are all similar, but related, and I think kind-hearted is just another word that would describe Tristan. He cares about people. I think I already said that, but he's just the best big brother. He loves people, and yeah, so those are the three for Tristan.
One is just sweet. It sounds like such a simple word, but it really describes him, and pretty much any word around the word sweet. Sweet, caring, kind, loving, all of those words together, those describe him, but I'll use that as one word. Another one would be in the moment. I feel like he really, when he's talking to you, you really feel like you're being listened to, and he's really thinking very much about this conversation. He's never in any other world than, where he is with you at that moment.
When we were thinking of adjectives, we're like, well, that one would be for, that is for Tristan too, and that is for Marielle too. So when we're with them, I would say we experience such attentiveness and being present, intentional, loving, kind, generous.
Generous, thoughtful. They really care about, Marielle and Tristan both take a big interest in other people and the people that they're around, and they don't need to talk about themselves. They're very humble and can make fun of themselves. It's hard to take adjectives and apply them to just Marielle or just Tristan, because I don't know, right now they kind of feel like a unit, and they just work so well together that I was like, yeah, that we were talking about it last night. That adjective works really well for Marielle, thoughtful and kind and generous. And then we're like, yeah, but that's Tristan too. So, yeah, but those are, we just experience, sense of calm, peace, understanding when we're with them. So.
And just like, you kind of feel like you're the only person. Like, they're not the type of people that like look past you. Like, they're just very present and just intentional and kind. Yeah.
I would also say very thoughtful and engaging. He always seems very interested in the people around him, and I think that makes people feel important. I think that's one of the reasons why people like him so much.
Definitely.
The last word I would use is kind of an obvious one, but he is really outdoorsy. Trail running, skiing. He really likes to be outside and go camping and all of that kind of stuff. So that is a big one.
Kind, smart, funny, good listener, very empathetic, an empath.
I would also describe Tristan as very tall. I would say that he has more height than the average person. In his family, I believe that he has reached the highest levels of that particular family unit at astonishing 6'7". So, I feel like tall describes his physical stature pretty well. So I would go with tall.
And you're adventurous, which I loved. Sorry, that was more than 3. Okay, I'll stop. I kind of was grouping them together.
It's like these two things kind of one.
Hi. Today, at Stefan's birthday party, we went to, we played football and basketball, and all Stefan's friends came over. At the party were Eddie, Ben, Alan, and Stefan, Tristan, Blake, Tyler and Scott, white socks that he's wearing right now. And go right on to Haley.
One word would be brave. She's always seeking out new challenges. Another one would be thoughtful. She spends a lot of her days thinking about other people and how she can help and make them happier, and reaching out to people, checking in. She's always been very thoughtful and making sure that her family and friends are happy.
She's sensitive. She's thoughtful, and I think that she's a very kind person.
She's kind and she's so smart and together. And I think she and Tristan are so compatible that way. And we know that she's a really, really good sister and she's an amazing daughter. So, yeah.
I would say smart, adventurous, and caring.
I would say that she's very adventurous. She loves to travel and experience new things. She's always wanting to get out there and try something new. She's not afraid to travel halfway around the world to help people. So I think adventurous fits pretty well. I would say that she is very organized. She's always making plans and lists, and she's always got a really solid idea of how she wants to approach something. And I guess she gets that from mom's side and dad's side, I guess. They're both very organized. I did not get that attribute. And then the third adjective I would use to describe Marielle is intelligent. She is very sharp. She's somebody that always knows how to solve a problem.
I would say Marielle is just very sweet. Again,
Smart.
Just very smart. Yeah, I did say that. She's very intelligent. I love listening to her, so that's smart, I would say. Mm-hmm.
The last characteristic I would say would be selfless, because I think a lot of the acts that she's done throughout her life have been very selfless, like going to Senegal, or even just the way that she interacts with other people. She thinks of the other people first before she thinks of herself.
Yeah, I would say she's very witty. I like her wit. I like her spirit of engaging with people. So
yeah.
The other adjective I'd use would be in the moment.
Yeah.
She's strong. She's sincere, and I'd say proactive.
Marielle is also very funny. And I find that she has a very high IQ and EQ, emotional, and her emotional intelligence is very, very high. She pays attention to people. She reads them well. She asks questions that are appropriate. She's just, yeah. So she's very, she's easy to talk to.
Marielle, I think I could describe in very similar terms. I would add, not that Tristan is not adventurous, but I would add adventurous for Marielle. I love that both of them together just go do fun things and the outdoor things that they love to do together, like hiking. So adventurous is one. She's so easygoing. That's another word that would describe Marielle. She's great to hang out with and relaxed. And I would also throw caring in for Marielle, because she is so caring towards Tristan and towards everybody I see her interact with.
yeah, you're like a very, very strong empath. I think you feel experiences of and pain and happiness and everything else of others pretty deeply. You're very present in the world and with people, wherever that may be. You are you're very principled. You won't let injustices slide, or if more people were like that, then the world would be a better place.
Wow, that's really nice. Well, I feel like similarly, you care so much about, I mean, a lot of things, but the environment and crows that are flying by right now. That's what Tristan does when he's working from home, and he's like sitting at our window. He's just like watching the crows all day long.
Hiding food under like shingles in the roof next door.
But yeah, you love animals. Yeah, just very loving person in general. Very open.
Thanks. Just one to know one.
Thanks.
Oh, Marielle. That's Dudley Do-Right. Can you say good morning to Papa? Good morning.
Hi.
What's Papa doing? Did you sleep well, Marielle? You did? How about your animals? You slept well too? What's that?
Oh.
Oh. What are those toys on your bed?
Marielle is a complete package. Like, she's independent. She seems like she's totally fine by herself. Like, she doesn't need somebody to complete her. Fully capable, intelligent. Just seems like she's very settled and content, and I love that about her. And I think that matches Tristan perfectly, because he also has those qualities. He's, you know, they are exponentially better together, but they're really, really good separately.
I think the one quality is that she is she pushes Tristan, pushes his boundaries, pushes his limits, which makes him a better person. She is truly and I'll use some of yours, but she's truly a go-getter.
Yeah, and very proactive, and I think that makes a really nice balance for each other, you know, as they...
Yeah, Tristan is mellow and
thoughtful, yes, and
process-oriented.
Yeah.
And I think that she provides a really good yin to his kind of casual, laid-back yin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tris can be who he is around Marielle, and so that shows just who she is, just being loving and caring and open. For Tris to be able to be that comfortable with her, to just be himself, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, she's sure of herself and who she is, and I think that helps her accept who Tristan is.
She just is so kind and gentle with him, because he's also a gentle person, and they just go together so well. And I guess one word I forgot to mention for both is they both have a great sense of humor, and that's something that makes both of them just have fun together all the time.
I feel like Tris and Marielle complement each other in a whole lot of ways, which probably is why it's clicked for them since their very first date together. I think they're similarly, there's something about it, and I'm not going to say that they're introverted, but they both need a little bit of quiet. I think neither of them wants to always be social and out there and engaged in the world. I think both of them need like pull back time. I don't think either of them really likes to be overscheduled either. I think one thing that makes Marielle an amazing fit with Tristan is that they love to do so many things together. The trail running, she's a really good sport about, I think, getting more active with skiing with him too. And I love how learning about wine and enjoying wine together became like a big thing for them and kind of one of the themes of their relationship together.
Just how active she is and willing to do adventures, and how they've been able to go experience a lot of things together, get out of comfort zones, and also just get to do things Tristan loves too. I mean, he didn't have to, I don't know, they love to hike and they love to trail run and they love to cook. Like, these are all things that Tris loved before, and he gets to still do them, which is great.
And we learned that, you know, she was already a runner before meeting Tristan, and that just has worked out perfectly where, you know, now they can go on these epic adventures together. So, yeah.
And then the last thing, I mean, there are many things we could say about Marielle because she's awesome, but like, Tris is one of the most kind and gentle human beings that we know, and the fact that he has found somebody that is just as kind and gentle is, I mean, she loves him the way that he loves her, and that is a beautiful thing.
I think one of the things that really struck me is how quickly the two of them developed their own language and silly words. And I don't know that that was something that Tristan has really had with anyone else. And all of a sudden they were Corsi and Smorsi, and all of a sudden they do these little things together that are just between the two of them, and they have their own little private jokes and stuff. And I think that that's something that really helps a relationship develop when you have stuff like that going on. And who knows what other words they have, but I know I know that they have their little pet names for each other, and who knows what else they've got. But
Marielle's patience is, like, first and foremost one of the things that makes her a perfect match for me, because I'm, as anyone watching this video will actually see, it takes me a while to get my thoughts out sometimes, and Marielle very patiently waits and listens very well. I mean, I think your listening and your empathy is probably the element that makes you the perfect match. You listen super well, you're incredibly empathetic in terms of what's important and what gives you joy. It's sort of similar things that are important to me and that give me joy.
Hey Marielle, what are we having for dinner? Chicken? What kind of chicken? Oh, what kind is that? Frozen chicken?
Barbecue chicken.
Oh. Hey Marielle, do you know any good songs you want to sing?
Baba Black Sheep have anymore. Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for your matter and 1 for your dame. 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Baba Black Sheep have anymore. Yes, sir, 3 bags full.
That's very good.
So I think that my first adjective, compassionate, is definitely something that is a very good match with Marielle. Both of them really love helping others, and they're both using their intellectual gifts to give back to the world, which I think is a very, very cool thing to have a connection with. It makes them very compatible. Both of them are very, very proactive in what they do in helping others. So I think that that's definitely something that they connect on. I know that Tristan does a ton for the environment, which I think is a very, it's a very, very good cause. So
just understanding and tolerant of like, I don't know. If I feel like I sometimes tend to be a little moody, or you don't hold it against me or make me feel bad about it, I guess.
He seems to like doing new things and being adventurous. Marielle loves to travel, and Tristan seems to really enjoy that too. They're both very smart, very sincere, and they've both got a really good sense of humor.
I think we find a lot of the same things funny, be weird and goofy. And
He's really adventurous, just like her. You know, within a few months of them dating, he went to Kenya to visit her while she was, you know, doing research out there. And they're just constantly, I mean, whether they're going out and doing something really crazy like going to Kenya, or just getting out there and going to Vancouver, or you know, wherever, they really match each other in how much they like to be out and doing things and adventuring.
I think they kind of bring out the best in each other. Tristan just brings out this lightness and humor and balance in Marielle's personality, and she's just been so incredibly happy being with him, and you can tell that they have a real chemistry between the two.
Well, Tristan is a little bit patient.
He's very intellectual, and I know that was something that was always really important to Marielle. He loves learning, and I think they're both interested in kind of the same topics.
Two people has a good quality to compromise the Marielle's.
Complement each other?
Complement each other, yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
He's very patient, which kind of matches her patience. And I think that matching together means that they're very kind to each other. Even if they have like some disagreement, they're still going to be very kind and sweet to one another, which I think is a really big part of them making each other feel good and them trusting each other.
This is a bad machine, huh? This could be some serious face damage.
Is that a first animal or a second animal?
No, she has lots of them.
I know, but is it?
This is her third bunny. Yes. She
I
has
already
two
have-
other bunnies, and the two other bunnies are nothing like this one at all.
Why?
I thought
those
look so cute. They're
Yeah.
darling. They're darling, aren't they? They really are. Her other bunnies, there's a big, tall one, Tris, and then there's a little baby one that goes with it, and they're both dark gray. She doesn't have a white one. It's her first white one.
Oh, I already have one bunny.
You must have
Hi, Dad.
No.
Never frog, Dad.
Which frog?
Certificate.
Whoa, wow. Whoa, wow.
This is right there.
Oh. Okay. Bunny. Oh, there's a bunny? Oh, yeah, she loves that. I'm going to Chris, this is part of your race car.
There you go, Stefan. Yeah, you are on hit it. Serious, bad, intergalactic blaster, and that could be the end.
Well, I love that Marielle and Tristan go adventuring together, and they go do things like hiking and skiing and running, and they're just constantly going and doing things in the outdoors together, because I think that's something that both of them need for their own souls, and that they can do that together is just so great.
I think that they complement each other on both sides. Marielle is very protective of Tristan, and it's vice versa, I think.
They love and support one another very well. They've both been through changes in jobs. Marielle's got her PhD, and through changes and challenges, they've just, it seems like, and we're coming from Nashville, so we're not right here watching it, but every time we talk to them, they're talking about how proud of the other one they are, how supportive they are, and so it just seems like they really, they've already been through a lot of challenges in a couple years of knowing each other, and they seem to just support each other through those challenges really well. When one is down, the other one's lifting them up, and it switches and seems to just work perfectly in balance.
Just the amount of respect they have for one another too, is for one another, and just how at ease they are. Like, it's just easy, that there's not yeah, I mean, every couple's gonna have, challenges, but they really do, they have a lot of fun together. They laugh a lot, and it's so fun to see. They just really enjoy being together.
Yeah.
I think that they really, they really have fun together. They really seem to have, there's definitely a bond, and there's a mutual respect, which I think is really evident. And they're just really, they're kind to each other. You know what I mean? There's a kindness, there's a mutual respect, and a simpatico. You know what I mean?
What I admire about Marielle and Tristan's relationship is that they're both so adventurous. They always want to travel and get out there. They're not homebodies. They want to experience new things. They both went to Kenya together. These are two people that are not afraid to step outside their comfort zone, and I know they're going to have a lot of great adventures in the future. So that's very, very, it's good to know that my sister ended up with somebody who is equally as adventurous and such a thrill seeker. So
I love that they come up with ideas for things to do that are really interesting, like when they ran around Mount Rainier, when they went to Alaska. I mean, these are big ideas, and they think about them and they plan them out, and then they do them. And that's really cool.
I also admire how kind they are to each other. I admire how they talk to each other, how they look at each other. I love how they look at each other, and I love how they each put the other person first in their lives. I think that's something that moving forward in their marriage is something that they're going to need to continue doing. And I love that they have fun, and I love that they enjoy so many of the same things.
One of the things I love about them is that they are up for anything. They're very adventurous. They don't say no very often to hey, do you want to go do this? Or do you want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go fishing? Or whatever. They're up for it, and they get to experience a lot of incredible things because of that.
They always find something to do. They're always getting out of the house no matter what. And I think a big example of this is, they both have kind of hard work schedules. They don't have as many vacation days as they would want, so they can't go and travel for a week if they want to. But they still find day trips or weekend trips to go on. They don't let that hold them back. So the other day they went to Bainbridge Island and were just hanging out and getting out there, and or they go up to Vancouver for the weekend. They just, they're always finding things to do together to make their relationship continue to be fun and to keep each other really happy and entertained. And knowing that Marielle and Tristan are together means that they're always having fun together.
I mean, I just think it's wonderful that she's very outdoorsy, and she loves the outdoors like Tristan does. The fishing, the hiking, and running, and just lots of activities that they can do together and share in those special times.
They're very collaborative.
Yeah, thoughtful of each other
yeah,
and supportive.
It's truly a team. They show a lot of evidence of being a team and being thoughtful of each other's feelings. And the word I would use would be unselfish too. They're both unselfish and thinking about the other person. I think they both have those characteristics from a long way back because of their good breeding, I guess.
Yes.
This is one of my fish. I caught it sportsman chub, and
Can you hold it up by its tail so we can kind of see how big it is?
yeah, sure.
Wow.
It's maybe about maybe.
Can you wipe it on your coat, please?
His tail is too slippery.
Okay, that's all right.
Today is opening day of fishing season, right?
Today was opening day, and
1989, April, right?
Yep, and they sure stocked it well. Almost everybody had luck, but one kid was fishing off his dock and he fell in the water.
Where?
Oh, Liz he wasn't her son. He was Daniel. And
he was trying to swim like
this, I don't know what kind of trout this is.
Can you show us what else you caught?
Yeah.
Are these all from Sportsman's Club?
Yeah. Nothing's from we had nothing bad on them.
Well, I guess they didn't stock it. That's a nice one.
I didn't even notice the black on his head. Yeah, what are the black ones? The brook trouts? They have black heads. Rainbow.
Okay, let's see what else.
This is a fish. It's one of the smartest that I caught.
Okay. Why don't you move to the side? Let me take a picture of the trout on the deck, on the table. Move to the side.
You're a born fisher person.
Yeah.
You want to
Alex,
try
you
it,
wanna try
Alex?
Yeah.
You want to try catching a fish?
Okay, yeah, let me put this back. Go
You want to try fishing?
Yeah.
Okay, yay! Marielle got fishing. You're a fisher girl.
I got a fish. I got a fish. I got a fish. I got a fish.
Let's sit back down.
I got fish. I got fish. I'll show you the fish that I made.
Oh, what'd you get, Marielle?
Starfish. I got this. And
Oh,
I got-
Alex, what is that?
It's a crocodile.
Oh.
Look what I got. This is what I got except they dropped it.
Oh, it's a flounder?
I think trail running is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Cooking?
Cooking and opening up a good bottle of wine is a favorite pastime. We have to eat every day, so it's nice to kind of make an adventure out of it.
Yeah, cooking while drinking wine is good. Road tripping, maybe?
Road tripping?
Like
Yeah.
small weekend trips
weekend
and stuff?
getaways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fishing.
Oh yeah, once I get...
Or skiing.
Yeah, skiing I like too.
Hey, are you filming me?
Yep.
Oh no.
Hey guys, what are we gonna do today?
We are going to go to the park.
The park? Oh boy. Alex, are we going to the park?
No.
Where are we going?
We're going to ski.
Skiing?
We are going skiing, you.
Skiing?
Yes.
No, we're not going skiing.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not. We're going to Seattle. And go tobogganing.
No, we're going to go skiing.
No, there's no skiing there.
Marielle wants to go skiing.
You want to go skiing?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we'll go.
Yeah. Want to see my bear?
Yeah.
Okay. Want to see me?
No. Bye.
Hey! Goodbye!
Good. Skiing. Good. Turning. Look at those turns. Wow. Keep going. Whoa, bonk.
I'm really looking forward to the after party when they're married, everyone's relaxed, we're all having a glass of wine, we're listening to some great music and dancing and just enjoying all being together as a big family. I think that's going to be really fun.
Get in there, Julie. Put the camera away. Put the camera away. Put it down. Get in there.
What I'm most excited about is seeing Nana Sue dance on the dance floor to her favorite Bruno Mars song. I know that she put in a suggestion for that in the song list, so it's going to be cool to see her boogie on the dance floor. Last time I was in San Diego, she did some dancing. She's been practicing. So unfortunately, her dog ate her dance shoes, which was very unfortunate. But you know, I think she's gotten over that at this point. So I'm sure she'll have a good time. I'm also very excited to see Marielle in her beautiful dress. I'm sure it's going to be an incredibly beautiful ceremony. So that's a close second.
They attract quality people. I've seen that throughout Tristan's life. I'm always amazed at the people that surround him. And I've heard about a lot of these friends, and I can't wait to meet them and be surrounded by this group of friends and then obviously family who, just a bunch of really fine folks, and I look forward to spending the weekend with them. And the other thing is just to see two people who are so perfectly suited to each other get married is an amazing thing. And that's not always the case. And this is going to be one of those occasions that's just pure joy.
Well, I'm excited for them getting up there and sharing their love for each other in front of the family and friends. It's just really exciting.
From the beginning, I felt completely comfortable with you. I remember thinking about how similar we are, how effortless it was to be with you, and how much I couldn't stop smiling. I never felt that instantly connected with someone before in my life. Being with you energized me, and it has always felt like coming home. I love you for everything you are. Your kindness, empathy, and understanding, your deep soul, your open heart, your complicated emotions, your endless ability to find humor in difficult situations, how much you care about the world and making it a better place, how much you care about those you love. You make a typical Wednesday night fun, and I absolutely love our life together. I fell in love with you quickly, and that love has continued to grow. Being with you calms me down. You make me the best version of myself, and I have always been able to be completely myself with you. Loving you and being loved by you has always felt unconditional. We can talk about everything and anything. We read each other eerily well. We're kind to each other. We're equals, and we're a team. I love you and will keep loving you, in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I love you more than any fight we'll ever have or any obstacle that's bound to appear. What we have will always be worth fighting for. And I know life will throw things at us unexpectedly, and I will be here holding your hand, talking it through,
and figuring it out together. I have the sense that we'll be okay. We'll always be okay no matter what. I will support you in your dreams. I will be there with a glass of wine at the end of a rough day. I'll be your partner in exploring new places, whether that's with our running shoes on or by car, train, plane, or boat. I will continue to build a life with you. I will grow with you. Life is such a fun adventure with you, and you make every day better. Without a doubt, I choose you, and I will keep choosing you every day for the rest of our lives.
Marielle, even if I wouldn't admit it for a little while, it's felt like home to be with you since the moment you walked into my life on March 7th, 2016 at Browers Cafe in Fremont. With you, I'm the best version of myself, a full expression of the person I was meant to be. Your heart is open to me, from the moment you wake up to our last kiss before you fall asleep at night, and everything in between. You're loyal, patient, active, and endlessly forgiving. Since the day we met, you've never hesitated to put your whole self into seeing the world through my eyes, and I've never once doubted the depth of what you feel for me. Quite simply, life is better with you. Today, in the company of our families and our closest friends, I promise never to stop working at being the better half to you that you always are to me. I will express my love and affection daily, openly, and without hesitation. I will support your physical and emotional well-being today and for all days to come. I will practice patience when times are tough, and I will understand that sometimes what you need is for me to listen and to empathize. I will be honest with you, I will trust you, and I will be vulnerable with you. And most of all, I will draw on the love we share to nurture and cultivate the relationship so it grows and evolves as we do. From this day forward, I commit myself to you, Marielle. The Wonderland Trail was a good start, but we have much bigger and better things still ahead.
I think it's going to be magical sitting out in the vineyard with everyone all together, and we're celebrating Marielle and Tristan with some great wine, great food, and I think it'll be magic being out in the vineyard.
When we think about the wedding, what we're most excited for is kind of selfishly, but we think Tristan and Marielle will agree. We're excited about what our son Colby will do as he walks down the aisle, because we have no idea. He could
gonna be a mess.
He's probably going to be a complete mess, but it'll likely be hilarious. And what we know about Tristan and Marielle is they will also find it hilarious. We video chat back and forth a lot, and they find amusement in the little stupid things that Colby does just as much as we do, which is really fun to watch. So,
but in all seriousness, we're just happy to celebrate them and be with all these people that love them and are just there to, celebrate them.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited for that.
Yeah, be surrounded by a bunch of people that care so much about both of them, and to meet people on the Goyette side, and experience this awesome celebration with good wine and great people. So.
I'm so excited about, I've met some of Tristan's family already, his parents and his sister and his brother, and I'm excited to I've loved everyone that I've met from Tristan's family, and I can't wait to meet even more people from the family and really join everybody together and see all of these people that love and care about them in one place. I think that's going to make it even more beautiful when we're watching them get married, and it'll go with the whole, it's just, they're so in love with each other. It'll be so amazing to see also all of these people there for them.
Ooh, I can't wait for the wedding. The wedding is super exciting because everybody in the family will be together, and we will all we've already felt like family, and it'll just be kind of reaffirming the feelings that everybody has. And Marielle is totally part of our family, and we will be so excited to just be together with both families. And hopefully it's a beautiful day in the vineyard. We'll be drinking wine, and it'll be a great time.
Yeah, this is a new part, a new phase of their lives.
Life, yeah.
And their life together, and for us to be part of that group that will shepherd them into that is really exciting.
Yeah.
For friends and family to be there to welcome them and to support them for the rest of their lives together. Yeah, that's the part that excites me, is to see that large group of friends and family with
That
their
connecting
level of
and
support
bonding, yeah.
for them going forward.
Because I know how it is when you go to another place and have a wedding and you've got people all together staying mainly in the same area and getting together. It becomes more than just the wedding. So I think the fact that everyone is coming into Walla Walla for at least a couple of days together is going to make the whole celebration days really special, because people will be running into each other in the hotel lobby, in the bars, probably going wine tasting together, maybe taking hikes together. Who knows what sorts of activities are going to happen, but I think the fact that we're all just going to be over in Walla Walla together, enjoying each other and celebrating Tristan and Marielle is going to be a fabulous experience.
Oh, that he's going to be my daughter's son-in-law, and and Marielle is going to be very happy. I hope both going to be very happy. And you know what? I hate to say this, but when Tristan come into the room, I think they open up the window or something. That's what I feel about Tristan. And
I'm really excited about having really all of the people that we love and care about with us, and I'm looking forward to what Fabian is actually going to say in terms of her role as a officiant. I think she's taking it very seriously and putting it together.
Several of you have shared some of the ways they've impacted your lives, from Tristan's ability to listen with compassion and push us to be better versions of ourselves, to Marielle's bravery, not fearing hard work, new countries or experiences, and her natural inclination to fight for herself, for the ones she loves, and for people she doesn't even know.
I'm most excited. I think our vows we're not going to share with each other before the wedding, so I'm excited to hear what you have to say and what Fabian says, and I think one of the reasons why I was so excited about this venue, and I don't know if this is true for you too, but I saw a photo online of the long tables out in the vines with lights under the moonlight, and I think that scene is what I'm excited to have all of the people we're closest with kind of all eating out under the moon and with wine, vines all around us and stuff.
Good wine.
I think, it's going to be really magical.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Hopefully. If everything goes right. Yeah, no wind, hopefully.
Not too hot. Yeah.
Here's here's the view that we see them. They will have purchased a fixer-upper in Seattle somewhere, and Tristan will be doing all of the work himself. Because he is an extremely handy guy, which we all know. He's very good with power tools and thinking about and planning a regimented construction project. So he'll probably be like a general contractor at this point.
He'll love that.
Yeah, just for their house.
I think it's safe to say that in 5 years, Tristan and Marielle will probably have a kid, and that kid's going to probably grow up to be some sort of running prodigy, maybe an Olympian, who knows. you know, with their running genes, I'm sure, you know, we're dealing with a superhuman running abilities with this child. So I imagine that they'll probably do some trail running. They'll probably won't be able to run too much, but I imagine the kid will be in some sort of, you know, pack, and they'll run as a family through the trails of Washington. That's where I see them.
So they're either going to be running up a mountain with a baby on their back, like, you know, swapping out turns, or I can see Tristan and Marielle trying not to take the rod away from their daughter, who's reeling in her first king salmon.
It's probably still in Seattle. Maybe a kid or two.
Maybe babies,
Maybe
toddlers.
babies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Depending on-
Hiking,
yeah.
still maybe hiking with babies and toddlers.
Yeah.
Probably less trail running once the babies come, but more hiking. Probably a different place.
We don't imagine them still in the
Apartment with
apartment.
babies.
Yeah, if they do have babies. No pressure.
So in 5 years, I think at least maybe Tristan and Marielle will have a child or two. I would love to be able to hang out with their kids, and I think they will be great parents if they choose to do so. Maybe they will have a dog. That would be awesome too. But they will be both moving forward in their careers together, perhaps owning a house in Seattle. We'll see if that becomes a reality or if that's too difficult. Either way, I'm sure they will be doing very good things in the world and still adventuring the way that they currently do.
I think that in 5 years they will be parents, maybe of 2 by then, which is hard to imagine, but fun to imagine. They're going to be amazing parents. Hopefully they will be both in jobs that are fulfilling to them and also that allow them to have the balance in their life, work-life balance that works for them with their family. I suspect they will still be here in the Seattle area. I'm curious to find out what their living situation is going to be because I think it's a little bit questionable right now that people have to be creative in figuring out how they're going to, how do you buy a house in Seattle?
Yeah, but I mean, whatever they're doing in their careers at that point, they're going to be impassioned, successful, supporting the people around them, and doing great things. I mean, the environment is in Seattle and the Northwest is better off for having Tristan, and the field that Marielle has just become a freaking doctor in is so much better off for having her, and the research and the things that she supports is going to be incredible watch over the next few years. So
I think that Marielle and Tristan will probably still be in Seattle, maybe have 1 or 2 kids. They'll definitely still be adventuring and doing fun things together, but they'll be more kid-oriented, I guess. Maybe taking a kid in the backpack on the hike or going out to the park. They'll probably have like a dog or something. Just really having a lot of fun, and I just imagine them being so happy together in 5 years with their children, and I think they'll probably both still be working, but always putting family first before work.
5 years, they'll be in Seattle. They'll be in a small house. They will have 1 child.
Yeah, starting a new family.
Marielle will be either teaching or doing research, and Tristan will be at home taking care of the child during the day. That's where I see
Yeah,
them.
I do too.
Do you want to go ahead?
I imagine a very cute, small house that they own and have just done an amazing job decorating. and a couple of kids, and that every weekend they're going out and doing something special with the kids. That's what I imagine their life being like. And hopefully they will frequently bring the kids over here so that we can have some playtime with them also.
I hope that they'll be start family, and then I'll be a great grandmother. I hope hopefully to live that long. And I hope that they'll settle down someplace out of city and have a cute little house or something. That's what I hope for.
It's funny because I envision something very similar. You know, they're in a sweet, charming house, hopefully in the Seattle area, somewhere near all of us, and hauling a couple of adorable kids around in backpacks as they're hiking, going on fishing trips, and just having adventures all together.
Hi, you guys. Mom, we got some cedar.
Whoa!
A whole bag full of cedar.
Wow, we can burn it in our fireplace. Huh?
No!
What are you gonna save them for?
Save them for a house.
You gonna make a house?
Mm-hmm. Want to see them?
I see a rock.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. Come here.
Here, I'll take a beer, please. I can see you. Yeah, just keep them in the water.
Now this is not staged. We did not have this.
It's like 9 inches. Yep.
9 inch.
We are, after all, fishermen.
660 is braving the cold rather well.
You guys should put her hat on. Her hat looks kind of dorky, but
In 10 years.
Okay, so the question was, where do we see ourselves in 10 years? So I'll be 41.
I'll be 46. Hopefully we'll have kids by then.
Hopefully we'll have
be an old ass dad if we don't.
a couple of kids, maybe, who are watching this. I don't know. Well, maybe be young.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, by that point, hopefully we'll figure out a way to either buy a house or
Yeah. If Seattle pricing ever goes down.
or if you get a job with a big pharma company and are making
I would like to be a stay-at-home dad at that
Oh,
point.
well, I mean, maybe I'd be fine if you bring home the bacon. I'm happy to be a stay-at-home dad at that point. I'd also be happy, you know, being, I don't know, being somewhere higher up in the Puget Sound recovery infrastructure.
Directing
somewhere.
the organization by then.
Maybe or, yeah.
Maybe, actually. That's kind of the trajectory you're on. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Future self.
Yeah.
How you doing, future self?
Yeah, I know.
What have you done with your life?
I have no idea if I probably wouldn't still be at Casimir because
Maybe
it's.
you'll be running Casimir in 10 years.
I feel like it's unlikely.
Or Gilead.
I don't know. Doing something with epidemiology, hopefully.
All my hair
doing
will be
research.
gray by that point, I think.
My hair might be gray too. I don't know. Possibly.
Gray beard, I'm assuming.
just the gray beard and like black hair or brown hair. Maybe we'll have a dog. I don't know. I would like to have a little Henry dog, or not little, but like a Henry dog.
Henry dog would be cool.
A dog that likes to like go running and swimming and stuff.
Feed it salmon skins all the time.
Yeah.
It'll like Gabby better than it likes me.
She'll only arrive with salmon skins as payback for like Henry.
How does that feel?
Their names. If it's a girl, it has to be Triel, which is Tristan and Ariel, or Marielle together. Triel, and if it's a boy, it'd be Martin, or Martin, which is, again, they're I don't know, I like Bript, which is B-R-P-P-T, I believe. Bript would be a good, and that would actually work for both male and female.
Yeah.
I also like the name Bruce for Tristan's grandfather, or Lorna for Tristan's grandmother, and maybe some middle names, like the middle name of Sarah. Sarah for the middle name of if it's a daughter, and
like sharing that, just connecting the moms and dads or grandma and grandpas, maybe as in a middle name.
Yeah.
Would be kind of cool.
I really like Triel.
Yeah, I do too.
It's got the outdoorsy tree. Tree in
yeah.
If it was a boy, maybe Charlie. I've always loved that name. It was the name of our first dog. I don't know if that's gonna resonate with Marielle or not. Maybe, it might be kind of weird to have a kid named after your dog. But I've always loved that name. I think that's a good name for a boy. For a girl, I would say Riley is a good name. I think that seems like an adventurous girl's name, that fits with their attributes. So I imagine they'll do a lot of traveling with this kid. So that seems like, I don't know why Riley seems like a rebellious, adventurous name, but Charlie and Riley, there you go.
I don't have a specific baby name. I feel like it kind of is going to depend on what they end up doing if they're going to change their names to fit together. Whatever the name is, I feel, and this is just my personal thing, it has to look pretty. It has to look balanced. And I suspect that in order to work with Goyette or Peter Contess or any combination of those names, it's going to be probably not, a typical name. It may be a little bit of an unusual name, but I can't think of it, like an actual name.
Absolutely. Now this could go for a girl or a boy. Oncorhynchus, which is the Latin name for salmon. And you can shorten that any way you'd like.
They'll find ways to shorten it.
Jim, Gordon, and Ralph are our three favorite old man names for their child, and take them as seriously or not as seriously as you want.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
But it'll be funny.
Yeah, especially Jim, bro. Take that one with a seriously considered Jim. Yeah, I'd love to call a small child Jim.
And then girl.
Pat, Greta, and Constance. Actually, Constance
actually was my grandmother's name, but Stefan said it, and yeah, it's a fun old lady name.
So it's hard to think of serious baby names because we couldn't think of Colby's name until we were eating dinner at a restaurant, and our waiter's name was Colby, and we're like, oh, we like that name. Right? We had scoured the books, and so whatever it is,
it'll come to you.
It'll come to you. Yeah.
For the boy, if they have a boy, I like Henry. I just have a soft spot for Henry. And for a girl, I thought Eleanor would be good, but they could call her Ellie. I thought it would go great with, if the last name is going to be Peter Contess, it would be Ellie Peter Contess or Henry Peter Contess.
Adele. I know it's not named after Adele the singer, but I actually really like it because there's a French actress that I really like named Adele. I think it's really pretty. You could call her Adele, or I call her Addie for short. And then the other name that I like is Daniel. It's a little simpler and more straightforward, but I think it's a really cool name. Boy names are hard to think of, but it would also be great, naming your kid after a grandparent or something like that too.
I've always really liked the name Simon for a boy, and Anne with an E for a girl.
Anne with an E.
One of them is Jasper. One is Hilo, and another is Maya, and one more is Sydney. All names I think are great names.
Oh, well, if it's the first one, it's the Ichiro. It's the number one. If it's a girl, I don't know. That's a hard question.
It was like maybe a month in or less to dating. We had like it still is one of the best like just days ever for me. Like over the span of maybe my life, the day where I picked you up in the morning and we went up to the Middle Fork and did the 12-mile loop on the trails. It was sunny. I just remember like I just felt like we had things to talk about the entire time, and I was really excited about you. And we went to the Snoqualmie Brewery to get pizza and beer after. And I remember it was still like it was just easy, and it just has never been so easy. I think it had never been so easy for me just to interact with someone like that before, just effortless, and it was super fun.
We did a road trip down to San Diego and then drove back up, parts on the coast, parts not, but drove through wine country. Some weird, not like would you rather questions, but we will ask like, I don't know, if you could open up a restaurant, what would you call it and what would you serve there or something? I don't know.
Learned a lot about each other.
Yeah. It was really fun. That road trip was fun, and Tristan re-taught me how to drive stick shift in a Walmart parking lot, which was fun and stressful, but very patient. And yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm veering away. But I think that's up there for me on memories of the last.
This is 1989, and Tristan just had a fishing clinic. Do you want to tell us about it, Tristan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I had a fishing clinic, and we learned a lot of stuff about fishing, and we went to sportsman's club, and I caught.
What is that, Tristan?
This is and I don't step in. This is a bass. My first bass. It's a smallmouth bass. I also caught a trout. It was like just too small, and it just almost died. It was out of the water too long. But this bass is like 9 inches long, and it has a lot of meat in it.
What are you going to do with it?
We're going to eat it tonight for dinner. I don't want it, and I want you to see this meat up here with the spikes. This.
Yeah, those show pretty well, yeah.
Yes.
That's how you can tell
but
it's a bass?
But you feed her down like this.
And then he pokes them up when he wants to protect himself?
Yeah, he pokes them up when he has an enemy.
Oh.
And spines them.
Okay.
That's Molly?
Yeah, Molly's pit.
Now, which one is your favorite?
My favorite one, Rosie.
Rosie?
Yeah.
Because she's really nice?
I think the Madeline.
And Madeline?
Yeah.
Now, what's so special about Madeline?
She's in a show.
She is? Where does she live?
In an old house in Paris. It's covered with vines.
Oh, really? Oh.
I picked it up. Ha! Ha! Look, I have a really long tail, and I'm sitting. Look at. And I fell down. I fell on his bed.
What's his name?
Oh, his name is Jamie the Lemur.
Jamie the Lemur? Oh.
You know what's special about him?
What?
He's in the animal actually he's like the elephants. Well, when you buy him, it saves him.
Oh, he's an endangered animal?
Yeah.
Tell me about the elephants that you saved.
Well, I really want to save them, so I just send him money out.
How
Want to
much?
see a very nice picture?
Yeah, but I want to hear more about the elephants. How much money did you send them?
I forget.
Oh. And when did you send it to him?
Well, this girl's talking now. Well, I sent them a long time ago. Marielle sent them a long time ago. My name is, Lassie. Hello. Which one do you want me to sing with?
I don't know.
How about a rump sum sum?
Okay.
A rump sum sum, a rump sum sum, gooly 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 rump sum sum. A rocky, gooly 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 rump sum sum. A rocky, gooey 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 rump sum sum. Look, I can bend my finger back. It's kind of new, knock knock.
Who's there?
Tomato.
Tomato who?
Tomato soup, that's who.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was the pork ragu thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an all-day thing, though, so it's like a slow cooking pork dish with like red wine sauce and vegetables and stuff over polenta.
Salmon, like salmon curry.
Oh,
or something
yeah,
like
salmon
that.
curry is
Just
really
like
good.
things where Marielle's taking care of like all these vegetables and all these things on the side that when I was single I would have had to do all this myself, but instead I'm just taking care of the fish and that's all I have to do. And Marielle's doing all the
And I
hard
don't
work.
have to do all the fish at all.
So everyone's happy and we come out with some awesome thing like red curry salmon or pork ragu.
Pork
over
ragu.
polenta at the end.
Grilling is fun too, because then we can like drink on the roof while we grill, which is fun.
Bacon. Probably not too big a breakfast. Maybe some bacon, eggs, maybe some waffles. I don't know, waffles and bacon, maybe.
Sounds good.
Camille, tell me about middle school. What do you like about it? What do you like about it and what do you dislike about it? Marielle. What do you like about it? What do you don't like about it?
I don't like the homework, and I like the fact that we have pizza every day. We get to have sausage pizza, Hawaiian pizza, vegetarian pizza, or cheese pizza and pepperoni pizza. And it's really cool. And then you get McDonald's French fries. They order them from McDonald's. And it's really cool.
What about your PE teacher?
And then you get like Subway sandwiches. And my PE teacher always brags, and he goes, I'm not like other PE teachers that you might have had in elementary school. I don't play flag football 5 zillion times in a row, okay? I don't use whistles.
Future marriage advice for our future selves?
Marriage advice.
Marriage advice. Huh.
Let's see. Keep communicating and working to resolve conflict when it arises, not letting it fester.
Probably saying I love you every day.
Yeah,
which we're good at now.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Probably appreciating one another and remembering the things about each other that we appreciate on a daily basis, because you can take those things for granted. I think when you live together and you get to see the person every day, you forget how awesome it actually is to see the person every day.
Yeah, I know, which we realize when the other person's gone.
Right.
Yeah, being patient with each other and forgiving.
Being a team.
Being a team.
I think we will be a good team raising kids and and not feel. I think we always have a tendency to maybe feel. I think we always feel like I always feel like I'm doing less on the chores front, or kind of.
And I always feel like I'm doing less, so it's probably fine.
I think that's a good thing.
There's yeah. I feel like we always feel guilty for not doing more, which is.
Yeah.
Who knows how we'll feel in 10 years, I guess. But
it probably means we're both pulling our weight and functioning as a team, which bodes well. So keep functioning as a team.
Yeah. And keep making time for each other, I guess, to do stuff one-on-one, or like adventures, and imagine once our lives change. It'll, I don't know, just remembering to schedule that time, I guess.
For each other.
Yeah.
Away from the kids even.
Yeah.
I keep throwing the kids on the bus. I'm sure
we'll have a lot of fun with you guys
yes.
too. But yeah, time and a weird fact about each other.
A weird fact about Marielle is that she had probably the most amazing like handmade wardrobe of any child ever born, except for Gabby and Alex, I guess.
On the same vein as like the childhood, I feel like I've learned weird facts about you from watching your childhood home videos, and
This is Gabby.
yeah, the one thing I find hilarious is that he was obsessed with fish from such a young age. He's like, well, this actually might be in the video, but like, just like holding dead fish, and like, I would be so grossed out doing that at that age, and like showing each little slimy scale.
Well, this is the smartest fish we had to kid it, but it feels like, it kind of feels like it has a lot of meat in it.
Okay. How
Wow,
about the other one?
all the way to the tail, look it.
How about the other one?
With like little fin and everything. And like just seeming so excited about it. Like that was a passion from a very, very young age, and then continued into grad school. And oh, another fun fact about Tristan, he once dressed as an oyster. Was that only one time? At some sort of
couple times.
Shellfish
The same
poster session.
benefit, yeah. The same sort of fundraising. It was for charity. That's why it was acceptable.
He's a tall gray oyster.
Yeah. Yes.
Like some of his hygiene routines, where he like washes his hair one day, then the next day only conditions, then the next day does nothing, and then repeats, and usually forgets. And then he only flosses every other night.
Okay, here are the fish.
Yep. The bottom one is Stefan's, and all the other ones are mine.
We're just so excited for you guys. Like, we love you both so much. We're so happy to celebrate with you, and we love the way you guys are with Colby. Like, you know, when you do decide to have kids, like, you're gonna be awesome parents. We see the way you love and care for Colby, and it's amazing. He's one lucky kid to have an aunt and uncle like you guys.
Yeah. I love that you're both unique people with so many shared interests and loves. And I just think that you're both you came together at the perfect time in your lives, both obviously wanting something similar, and both being ready to, open up to another person and share who you are with them. And it's been really fun to watch, even from afar. I feel, very connected. I feel more connected to Tristan because of Marielle, and I just feel like we communicate more often. It's really fun to share this stage of your lives together. And then once you move into marriage, we're old married people, so we'd love to share all of the great things that we have learned not to do, and to do as well. We can give you lots of great advice. Old married couple right here.
Yeah.
We love you guys so much.
Yeah.
And,
so excited for you.
Can't wait to celebrate this weekend in Walla Walla and watch the next few years of your life grow together.
I'm just excited to be a part of this family. I really am. This is just wonderful.
Yeah.
Moving forward, yeah.
That
Good connections, family.
That was what I was going to say. It's always fun when two families get together through their children. So the children come together, and then all of a sudden the family grows to include Mark and Margot, and of course you, Gabrielle, and that's an amazing thing to see families come together like that from totally disparate pasts, and that's what we look forward to.
I just think they're such a great match. They're going to have a great life together, and the positive energy those two bring into a room when they're together. You know, they're just they're great with one another.
I'm so happy for Marielle.
Really happy. Yeah.
I mean, the two of them make such a great couple together, and I see them having a wonderful life together, and I'm just so happy because she deserves someone wonderful, and Tristan is everything that we ever hoped for.
Ever since Tris and Marielle started going out, I said before how easy it's been with her and how we just basically loved each other. I feel like she's my daughter, and I am completely lucky that way. But something that I did not expect, and Marielle's going to be my second daughter-in-law, and I have this with my other daughter-in-law as well. I did not expect in my life that the people that my children picked for partners would have families that I feel so close to as well. Driving home from meeting your mom and dad, I was so happy, and my feeling was I just made two new wonderful friends. And I did not expect that the partners my kids chose were going to end up being such close people in my life too, that it just, I feel like the way that all of our family loves Marielle and the way that all of your family loves, all the Goyettes love Tristan, it just adds immeasurably to the whole, all of our joy. And it's going forward, I anticipate a lot of fun times together between the two families.
Marielle and Tristan, I am so incredibly happy for you guys. You guys searched for each other for a very long time, and it is so exciting to see you guys finally together. I know Marielle has been looking for Tristan for her whole life, and it's just, I'm thrilled to finally know that my sisters found the perfect man. So you guys are gonna have a very, very happy life together. This is a really, really exciting step. So I'm so thrilled to be here for your big moment.
So Tristan holds a special place in my heart, and I just want the best for him. Marielle unequivocally has exceeded expectations. I adore her, and I adore them together.
You guys have only been together for a few years now, and I just can't wait to see what 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road is going to be, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and you guys are going to have really cute kids and just a really great life together.
I'm personally excited to be able to go do backpacking trips with Tristan and Marielle. They're officially married. That's just so exciting. I just can't wait until they have children and I can come hang out with them. And they're just both so great for each other. I'm so excited, and congratulations.
I hope that, of course, all the parents and grandparents, hoping that they'll be very happy always, give each other compliment. And then, number one, happy life together, the whole family.
Marielle! Hi! Hi there!
want to come under here?
Hi. Mommy, how'd you get down?
Taking movies of us.
He's taking movies of us.
We're reading a ghost story with a flashlight.
Yeah, scary.
Whoa, thanks, John. That was a nice pass. Rad, dude. Oh! That was a nice one, too.